Hello everyone, my name is Jozlene Elise and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking into some DragCon merch, as well as I'm going to share some really fun stories. Let's get started. All right, what I think is going to be best to do is to go about this in the order that I got everything slash who I met, so here we go. The first person I met was Manila Luzon, which is kind of a full circle moment for me because I've been watching Drag Race since season one, and she was like the first drag queen that I really was super in love with. Like, I loved her hair, I loved her style, her personality, all of it. I even put a blonde streak in my hair to kind of mimic her. The highest form of flattery is imitation, right? And I didn't do that a lot. I don't do that a lot. You're that girl, Manila. I got one of her dolls. She was mainly selling dolls. I'll insert a photo in here of all the dolls she had available. I promise when I picked her out, her hair was not all over her face. But no big deal. I'll probably take her out, actually style her hair, and put her back in the box, and then put her on a nice little shelf to live. This is the 10th year anniversary Haute Couture Manila Luzon doll. This is the one that I wanted. I was between this one and the pineapple. This is the one I initially wanted to get. Plus, and I'll show you everything before I pull out what else it came with. I love Haute Couture, by the way. It was a really good song. So we'll put her in the corner here. And you only got another gift with a doll if you bought the Haute Couture one. And it is the Haute Couture vinyl with Manila on it, of course. So gorgeous. Also, if you wanted a bag, they gave you this, which advertises the Drag Den. I love the color of this bag. Something else I wanted to point out, the doll actually comes with its own copy of Haute Couture in a vinyl. It's just behind her. And I just thought that was, I'm getting excited all over again. I just thought that would be so adorable to put her on display with that, potentially in her hand. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it all, or even if I have to prop it up, it's just gonna be the cutest thing. And I also love like the little doll is cross-eyed. It's giving like kind of crazy Barbie, but what else should we expect? Give you a look at the back of the vinyl. Quite a few different mixes. As far as meeting her, I was really nervous because she was the first person I met and I had no idea what to expect, but I love her setup. She was really cool and it was just a full circle moment. So the first drag queen I ever loved and the first queen I ever met at DragCon was Manila Luzon. Legendary. After Manila, I met Rock'em Sakura, and she wasn't quite ready, but she went ahead and let fans come and talk to her. I also talked to her partner, Adam, who was really nice and accommodating. I mean, just the nicest people ever. I was more than willing to come back, but Rock was like, no, like, go, like you can come over. And I mean, we had the best conversation. At that point, everyone really was trying to run and get a good spot at the pink carpet, but we were just having the best conversation, and I wasn't guaranteed to get a good spot anyway. You go to DragCon to connect with some of your favorite queens and meet people, so it was the best trade-off. I mean, I could have talked to her all day, totally told her that. I did end up visiting her again, but that's because she was actually sharing a booth with Nikki Doll, and I wanted to buy Nikki Doll's pins. What I'll do is I mean, I can go ahead. I'll go ahead and show the merch. Like I said, I met Rock first by herself, and I got this t-shirt which has her art on it. I mean, she's just the most creative, lovely human ever. And I was so shocked and surprised. Like her outfit was last minute. Like, I mean, she had put together certain aspects of her outfit just before the con. For her to be ready to just go ahead and take pictures was so impressive. Because there wasn't a lot of other queens out at their booths. Apparently, they can make their own hours, which is like good for you guys. Love that for you. But it's a little complicated to gauge when you should go to their booth. I actually was standing in line. Like I was first in line at Sugar and Spice's booth, but they weren't going to be there until after the pink carpet. But their friends were super nice, very cool. Like they really tried to answer any questions that anyone in line had. It like really truly did the best they could. It was their first time there, so everything is new. Especially for like the latest season queens. I'll get to them. I knew with them being from the latest season and them having some of the most following, their booth was going to be crazy, so I wanted to try to knock it out first. But luckily, a lot of the queens I wanted to see were in the same area. So Rockham was and Nikki Doll were next to them, and then Manila was just a little down the way. So everything worked out. Back to Rock and Nikki. I came back to meet Nikki Doll, I want to say after Sugar and Spice, but again, I'll go ahead and show you Nikki's stuff. So the pink shirt, that was Rock's, and these are Nikki's pins. Like I got 3 pins from her, and they remind me of the Sailor Moon style, which I'm obsessed with. So initially I was gonna get this one. These were like $15 a piece. Very worth it. I'll circle back and talk about pricing as well. So you guys can kind of gauge what potentially you'll be looking at for future cons. So the pink one I was going to get, and I also was going to get this iced queen look because I'm a winter baby and I love roses. So that's where I was going with that. But I couldn't leave this last one. Like I said, so cute. And I'll put them somewhere. I'm not a big pin person, but I was like, I will find somewhere to put these. They're just too stunning to leave behind. Not one, no pin left behind. So $15 for those. Rock's t-shirt was 25. At least for this one, she did have a $40 option as well. And she also had some pins. I'm not sure how much uh, her pins were. Circling back to Manila, her what I paid for the doll was $80. She did have a mystery box as well, and I'm so curious what's in that mystery box. So I'm probably gonna go hunting on the internet and find someone who bought it. I didn't really want to chance it because I'm not from LA. I have to fly home. I already am not I don't travel light. I really did try this time since I knew I was going to be bringing items home. That was the plan. There may be liquids in there and, like, makeup, more accurately, makeup. I kind of can't chance it. Apparently, there was clothes in there since there were sizes, but yeah, those are 50 if I remember correctly. Then Manila had an option for you to buy raffle tickets to win a painting, and it was gorgeous, absolutely stunning, but again, how am I going to get it home even if I were to win? And I didn't think I was going to win anyway. So I'm like, let me save my coin for some guarantees. Moving on to Sugar and Spice. They were the longest line that I waited in. They're social media queens, so they're well followed. A lot of people were excited to see them. And when I did meet them, it was an amazing experience. I really loved talking with them, and I got amazing photos with the girls. Very stunning and worth the wait. As far as merch, I got this t-shirt. Let me see. And it says Trot to the Top. And this was like their finale look. So Sugar's like Blue Swan and Spice's Elevated Devil. And I'm trying to remember what I paid for the t-shirt. I know I paid $85 for both for the t-shirt and what I'm about to show you. I also got these necklaces. Show you them one at a time. This was Sugar's necklace. and it has like a halo on it, and it's in the Bratz font. And I was thinking about getting a Bratz font necklace with my name on it. I just love everything Bratz. Initially, I was like, am I gonna wear these, or what can I do with these? Because Phoebe and Roxy, who of course their drag is based on, they're side characters, especially Phoebe. Like Roxy, at least was in Rock Angels, but Phoebe, they're just like, girl, you somewhere. So this is Spices. Spices has the devil horns, and she has like a little diamond over her eye. And what really sold me, honestly, is initially when they were setting up, they were separate. When I got to the booth, they said they were a set, like they had them together. So it was $45 for the set. If the necklaces were 45, then that makes the shirt 40. So not bad, pretty standard. Also, I did want to point out, I did, like I showed you before, I had it kind of ruched, which is great. I asked for a small, but like I said, the friends were so nice and they really were talking to everybody. I was talking to the friend that was giving me my shirt. I did ask for a small. She did mistakenly give me a medium, which like I said is fine. I did make it work. We just do a little ruched look. This will also help you kind of potentially in the future because everyone manufactures their stuff differently, but give you kind of an idea what a medium would look like. Since traditionally I do wear small, I would just wear it like this and then, yeah, done. Cute. Love it. Back to the meet and greet. I love Sugar and Spice's setup. They did have where you couldn't quite see them initially, like they were behind a wall. There's pros and cons because if you're just walking by someone's booth and they're out, you get to see what they look like and everything. If they're kind of behind a wall, it makes it a bit more of an intimate experience and kind of makes you wonder. It's kind of like a surprise. Like I love their little princess looks. So the last queen I met, Mistress, if you see this, you will appreciate this. I did not get to go to the Sasha Colby meet and greet to explain to you guys before I get over there in that direction. I literally stood in line for the Sasha Colby meet and greet. But this was the thing. If you didn't go over there, Sasha Colby was sponsored by Rim Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's makeup line. When I went over there, the lady was like, "Oh, did you already purchase your Rim Beauty?" And I was like, "No." And so she was like, "Okay, you have to get in the Rim Beauty line, and then you get in the Sasha Colby line." Haha, guys, I got in the line, but at that time, my phone was dying. It was time for a little breaky break. I was exhausted. So I said, by the time I get up there, my phone is going to be dead. So let me go ahead, go take a little rest, re energize. I kid you not, as soon as I got up, because I was not that far, as soon as I got up and made my way back over there, I see the lady pull the signs in front of the line. There was no one there at that point, but where you get the Rim Beauty. And I'm like, I missed it, didn't I? So I asked her, I approached her, I'm like, you guys are sold out. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, here's how I'm going to look at it. At least I didn't have to stand in two lines. Who knows? Maybe there was someone who was a way bigger fan than me that really needed slash wanted that meet and greet. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be good. I had an amazing experience overall with all the queens that I chose. Lastly, I met Mistress Isabel Brooks. And I almost missed her too, because I saw her, but before, I want to say it was before I even went to see Sasha. I went to try to go meet Mistress, but she was not at her booth. I came back late, got in line. I was the second to last person in line. The person that was behind me, shout out to Justine from Canada. I enjoyed talking to you. I feel like we both made the line go by really fast for each other. It was such a good time. Just to point out too, Mistress's line apparently had been really long for a while. At this point, it wasn't that long of a wait. I get through the line when it's finally my turn, and the merch that I chose, this is the merch I got from Mistress Isabel Brooks. It says Mistress Mania at the top, and then at the bottom it shows the heavyweight champ. In between the words, she has all these awesome recreations of her looks from fans. I think that's really cool she used fan art. Fans make some of the best merch, if we're being honest. So that was nice. She gave so many fans the opportunity to rep her. So this was a really cool piece. It was 40 bucks, and her minimum was like 35, if I remember correctly. So, not bad at all. My experience with Mistress was also really great. I did sit down, let her know that I know she's exhausted, but really let her know how much she meant to me, or I hope I expressed that. I have to say, I really love Mistress's sense of humor. During my meet and greet, she let me know if it wasn't for Lux, Anitra, and Sasha Colby, she would have won. If there's no competition, yeah. So, yeah. She's so silly. I know it can be draining having people come like talk to you back to back to back. I've had a similar experience with that, not at DragCon, but in a certain job. She handled everything like the heavyweight champ she is. All right, so this is an unofficial souvenir, but a good one nonetheless. I have here with me LaLa Ray's earring. How did I get it? Okay, the story. So my mom was front row at the main stage. I mean, epic spot to be in. You get to see everything, and apparently you might collect a earring or two. So LaLa Ree was performing, and her earring fell out, hit this lady, and bounced off of the lady and into my mom's purse. That sounds like something that would only happen in a cartoon. When she told me that, I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Before you judge us and think, "Oh, you guys are shady. You should have given it back." We tried. We really tried. And again, I was somewhere else. My mom was at the main stage by herself, and she was about to lose her spot. And the day was almost, it was nearing its end, and she wanted to make sure she got all the content, okay? So, but she had every intention of giving the earring back. After things wrapped up, my mom did try to look for Lala's booth. At this point, everyone was rushing out. The announcement had been made. Obviously, since I still have it, we never found her. Sorry, Lala. Lala, just know I love you, and I hope you really enjoyed your second wave of Drag Race. And I'm rooting for you, so good luck. On to more fun freebies. I got this liquid lipstick at the cream shop. And I have a fun story to go along with this. So apparently you had to spin a wheel in order to get a freebie. All you had to do was follow. I was already following them, so they let me spin the wheel and I got smooches, so a liquid lip. And this is a pretty cute color. It's like this orangey color. I'll actually open it up. This one's called Lucy, I'm Home, which since it's like an orangey reddish color, I'm guessing it's a reference to I Love Lucy. And it says on it, my wand and only. Cute. Now, the fun story. As soon as I got done spinning the wheel, getting my free gift, I started looking around the crib shop and I actually ran into Rich Lux. I knew Rich Lux was going to the con, but I was like, I'm gonna see him, whatever. Not gonna see him. And he was just right there. He was a little far from me. And I just had my little reaction. I'm gonna post it, of course. He invited me over, which was so sweet. He was so sweet, so welcoming. And we just had a nice conversation. I'm really glad he allowed me to get like some video and pictures. Like he asked, like, do you want someone to hold your camera, or like, what kind of content do you want? So he just made everything really easy by being so inviting. So that was really cool to run into him like that. Apparently, he came to the con later, and matter of fact, he was saying he just got done with a meet and greet. Like he had a long line, knocked it out, and he just had got done with one last guy. So that was super sweet once again of him to invite me over. Far as other freebies I got too, I was given like some merch for this new. I have so many. They gave me so many stickers. They were like, I can give them to people, but it was like the end of the con, so I didn't get to. This would have been real useful when I was like in line, but I had met most queens at that time, if not all of them. How cute is that? So the movie is called Maxi LaWow Drag Super Shiro, the animated movie. It says there's a new Shiro in town. It seemed really cool, so excited for that. Oh, and they also gave me like they had cute little chapsticks and this pen. It's like, can't wait to find out who this guy is, or gal, or whatever they identify as. I only attended All Star Friday, so this was my badge. I love it so much. It has mother on it. Rupaul himself. And this was my wristband. I had to cut it off. I didn't make it too tight, but my sleeve did, so. But still, it's still salvageable to keep as a souvenir if you want. My mom, she kept her DragCon GA wristband, so this is what it should have been like. Just this is how you tighten it, and it's still the same color. It just doesn't say All Star on it. It does have Friday on it. Guys, this is something I was super excited for. I actually got the last one by the skin of my teeth. I was living at DragCon with everything I wanted to do, who I wanted to see. Just there was some like you almost didn't make a girl experiences for sure. I knew there was going to be dolls at DragCon. I love when my favorite things just merge. Of course, I looked around and they were expensive. And I have gotten to a point in my life, if the price is not right, it's not coming home with me. I want the doll at a good price. Did I go into it with the expectation of them being expensive? Absolutely. But you never know. It never hurts to look. I perused and they were in fact expensive, but there really wasn't anything in particular that I was trying to take home. I was just kind of looking to look. But I get to this one vendor. What really brought attention to their booth was this 17-inch Elizabeth standing next to this little regular size Draculaura. She also has some Funko Pops, but they're not important right now. So I go over because the Draculaura was a Draculaura I thought about to buy, but she's no longer purchasable at price. I went ahead and passed on her at the time, and with what they're charging for her now, I'm just like, it's fine. I don't really need it. Doesn't matter. Let's see the doll. Here she is, you guys. What's funny about this doll and special, I had the opportunity to buy her at a decent price. You know, they do everything online now. So it's not like she captured me in the store. You know how you look into their eyes and they're like, buy me. Yeah, didn't get that opportunity. So it was kind of easy to pass on. But she was out of bots and I read her little, like the little thing in front of her, and it said that she would come brand new in bots. Of course, ask about the pricing, since this was what I wanted previously. And she was right there, looked into her eyes, had the whole experience. She tells me $45, and this is the last one that she has. Guys, I broke doll protocol. I didn't even look at the doll. I took my card out so fast, it wasn't even funny. Because that's basically retail. I swiped my card. Eventually, I do ask to see the doll, and she's perfect. Actually glad it ended up this way. I don't know if I want to take her out of the box. Part of why I wanted her is because duh, she's Draculaura. Draculaura is one of my favorite characters, but this particular Draculaura has snowflake imagery like on the box in her crown, and I'm a winter baby, so I felt like this was one that I should definitely own, and now I do. Someone play Mariah Carey because we belong together. Oh, here, I'll show you guys the bag for those not familiar. She's not new, but just to give you the full experience. I think she's not a new release. It's been out for a minute, but she's new to my collection. So now she's extra special. I'll always have like a sentimental kind of memory to her from my first DragCon. And this is who I went and saw. They gave me this cute card with my purchase. So shout out to Love Pollution. That's everything that I bought at DragCon. Leave your comments below. If you went to DragCon, what was your favorite thing that you purchased? Or if you didn't, what was your favorite item that I purchased? Leave the comments below. See you next time.